magic. Yeah. I got the magic. If I hit it one time, you gasp it. Then I hit it two times, body spazzing. When I hit it three times, that's a charm, baby. You'll say I have to make you mine. And you like that. Every time you leave, you come right back. Like that. When I lick you, cat it like the bite back. You know you can never live without that. Yeah, I put that ass to sleep like you knew I would. After the nightcap, hit you with the morning wood. You say you love how I grow it and I show it. I walk it like I talk it. I'm a scholar and a poet. Is it a big pun if I say you make me grow up? Not a player, I'm special. I wanna get to know you. I love the way you're moving towards me and how you walk in. Turn the lights off, now our bodies talking. I got the magic. If I hit it one time, you gasp it. Then I hit it two times, body spazzing. When I hit it three times, that's a charm, baby. You'll say I have to make you mine. And you like that. Every time you leave, you come right back. When I lick you, cat it like the bite back. You know you can never live without that. Yeah. Never knew love until I found you. Now all I wanna do is be around you. You love how I blow your mind and astound you. Make love to you in the room soundproof. First I make you move, then I make you beg. Make you shake your legs, then you give me talking with your hands and hips, make your sentences. And touching you will take me straight to sentencing. If I hit it one time, you gasp it. Then I hit it two times, body spazzing. When I hit it three times, that's a charm, baby. You say I have to make you mine. And you like that. Every time you leave, you come right back. When I lick your cat, like the bite back. You know you can never live without that. Yeah.
Holla at your boy. Shout out to Chad the Maverick, aka Maverick Star, who featured on that with me. That is coming out on the Taurus EP. I know it's like Leo season, but the Taurus EP is gonna be released. That song is called Magic Man. Shout out to Atlantis Vibes. So I'm gonna shout out to you, Limitless Existence. I'm gonna make sure to put that song out ASAP so you can access it. Other than that, let's get this show on the road. Welcome to the Cosmic Energy Tune-Up. I'm going to play this universal gong music, and all you have to do is just relax and receive. We are coming up on the crux of this Scorpio season eclipse. I was literally just about to talk about this. I literally just felt it. I was literally just about to talk about, shout out to Shannon, she's on it. We are on the crux of the Scorpio eclipse. So for those of you who are receiving extreme negative projection, the Scorpio eclipse is going to blossom this, okay, into a pure hatred moving forward. The reason why you're feeling this extreme negative projection, especially with this cosmic energy tune-up and meetings like this, if you think that we're a bunch of people who are coming in authentically, that will also attract negativity to be projected towards what we represent. This is not anything bad, by the way. For those of you on the receiving end of extreme negativity, the only reason why you're on the receiving end of that is because coming into the pure hatred that Scorpio season will eclipse, you have to understand what you're feeling is bitterness and envy towards you. The reason why you're feeling this right now coming into Scorpio is the climax of bitterness and envy, and you're feeling these vibes that are just like, screw you. I'm like whether they're saying it or not, this projection you're feeling, put yourself in their shoes. These forces and influence have behind your back tried to block blessings from you. This is a very bitter influence and force that has gone out of its way to undermine how people look at you, what you represent. To you, it's maybe not that big a deal. To them, it's intense. These people are intensely obsessed with you and what you represent. And so now they're realizing that the totality of everything that they tried to do to stop you backfired and only made you stronger. And I'm not talking about in this very wishful thinking sense. I'm talking about the way that you have, based on the decisions you've made, legitimately not only leveled up, but put yourself in the position you've put yourself in. People are wrapping their mind around how you thrived off of experiences that were meant to set you up, to bring you down. And I don't mean in this like vague, God has blessed you kind of way. I mean, based off of practical actions you have taken and how you've been able to make it through a lot of this intense negativity and projection. You have to understand that it's not as simple as you overcoming projection. There has been since Taurus season where you planted these seeds, because once you planted these seeds in the nodes, there was the whole purpose of this was everything before May. And what I was going to say, Shannon, thank you so much for saying, I was going to say, if you felt this, if what you felt is this bitterness, like there's nothing we can do to stop you anymore. It's like a bitterness. It's like an obsession and bitterness. There's a mask where it's like, oh, it's not that important. But behind that mask is this obsession towards what you represent. So if you're feeling that, you have to understand that before, and the aqua full moon intensified it, before May, okay, the 10 years before May, the whole Pluto Capricorn that really stepped you into this conflict, because it happened before that too. This has been happening. It's not really isolated on one thing, but this crescendo here was a literal war over your soul, so that if I can get you to buy into these false narratives about how unimportant you are and how much of a loser you are and how you're delusional because you believe this, then when it comes time to sow these seeds, you wouldn't have the confidence in yourself to do it. These people recognized early on they're not powerful. They're not powerful enough to stop you what you're doing. But if I can psychologically manipulate you into stopping for me, then I don't have to force you. So all they can do was create a literal illusion. Like imagine, since before you were born, victory was yours. But cursed demonic spirits who are destined to suffer the wrath of being cursed are so angry that you exist that, well, we'll just make an illusion so that your victory is for losers. And we'll celebrate our victory. We'll celebrate stuff that ultimately is going to have you chill in the lake of fire. Does this sound familiar? So because some of you are anointed and blessed, not even because of anything you've done, you've had this, everything you represent have been made to feel like a loser for. You've been made to feel, oh, that's not that important. But it's not that it's not important. It's that an entire illusion backed by culture was created just, and behind that illusion, these people are bitter because they know it's fake. They're fooling as much people as they can, but it's fake. There's nothing nourishing in what they do. There's only stress, deception, fakeness. Meanwhile, you may not have as much compared to their standards, but you're so much more peaceful. You're blessed. It's in your vibration. You're blessed. Everything you're a part of gets blessed. You see what I'm saying? Okay. And so these people have done everything they can in their own delusion to undermine the blessing that is you. And so you sowed those seeds. against all odds, against literal mandates that forced you to go against your true nature, you still stayed true to you. And like the losers they are, they saw you plant those seeds in May. Seeds that with the North Node are destined to grow into the greatest production ever. The promise of truth for you that you waited all North Node and Gemini to manifest. You did that. You did that. You did that. Okay. Now they're bitter. They are so bitter. What are they going to do? You planted those seeds already. They tried everything to uproot it. It's too late. And you've been feeling that. You've been feeling a significant increase and spike past that square and psychic attack because now the mask is off and they're angry. They're angry. They feel like you tricked them. They feel like you played dumb in some aspects and gave them the impression that what they were doing was working, only to realize it never worked. So they're bitter. And from Taurus to Scorpio is a projection of bitterness and enviness. It's bitterness. And then after Leo, it's envy. The first part was bitterness from May to August. Tell me I'm lying. Tell me I'm lying. If what I'm saying applies to you, comment an exclamation mark. You planted those seeds. They're bitter. It's like there's nothing we can do to stop this now. You had such a confidence in yourself. You had the audacity to plant those seeds in your beliefs in yourself. Then you went through Leo season, went through the talent show. What you planted started to sprout through the ground, and you're starting to see this and show people in Leo, and now they're envious. Not only are they bitter little bitches, now they're envious little bitches too. And they're projecting it because now it's like they don't got the sauce like you. They don't got the juice like you. They have to spend all this money on makeup, on clothes, on cars, just to try and duplicate the swag you have when you wake up out of bed. They don't like that. They don't like that they have to try and get people's attention with all these accolades that they bought, that they had to buy, and you just have to share your mind, and people really want to know what you think. They don't like that. They don't like that because these people are cursed. These people thought that they could do it their own way, and you said, "Nah, I'm gonna align my will to my higher self, to God." And you didn't think that was corny. And now look at them and look at you. That's it. That's it. And after we get to Scorpio season, it's just pure hatred because it's blossomed and now there's nothing they'll ever be able to do. So when you listen to this cosmic, because as soon as I kicked on this energy tune up, I already started feeling the hate. I was like, nope, we're gonna have to just set this straight. We have to set this straight because you're putting this energy in its place. Period. Period. The only reason why it had the onus, okay, the nature of this energy is that greatness takes time. These people take shortcuts. So they came into the boosts first. They came into the false success first. And they thought they were flexing on you. They were just snitching on themselves. Now you're stepping into your harvest that took time because you didn't cut corners. You actually did it the right way. Okay. And now the legacy they've had isn't really a legacy. It's nothing compared to what you're stepping into that is never ending. And that's just what it is. And now these same people who had to lie to themselves to feel better. Thank you. Like this is it. So when you listen to this, okay, focus on your intentions and know that this is the seed sprouting out the ground as we victory walk through this turning point and literally shine on all your enemies, all our enemies. Like that's it. And your enemies is anyone that is not invested in the full expression of the truth of who you are. Anyone that wants you to be out of alignment with the truth or the truth of who you are is your enemy, period. Anyone who's open in the defiance or expression of that, not anyone who stands opposite you to align you to the truth, who challenges any false beliefs. Anyone who isn't, acknowledging of the truth is your enemy, basically. So there we go. We're gonna step into this. In 15 minutes from when I start, I'm gonna do the tune up, and I will do the chakras, and then we will end this with channeled messages, and of course the cards. uh Now if we look at the zodiac weather, okay, this tune up is going to produce supernatural results. So if in the 2 to 4 hours after you watch this tune up, whether live or not live, uh if things start to occur very rapidly, and by things, I mean paranormal experiences and events that hyper accelerate the things that were on your mind to actually manifesting, also very uncanny revelations that take the veil of what's being deceived off, and also direct psychic projections and attacks towards this strengthening and tune up of light. That's why it is 100% the 200 plus people that we're charging energy with. The moon is in Aries. It's gone over Jupiter. So us doing this tune up now is, as the moon will start to trine the sun, going to boost you. And this tune up is also going to reveal the true nature of your superpowers. So for those of you who want to kind of activate that, do that. The projection from insecure little wimps and weaklings, once again coming through this sense of insecurity, are doing so because there's nothing they can do to shift your sense of self. So the most that they can do is hurl insults at you, child, only an adult, like child level taunts, and that lets you know their intelligence level. I'm gonna say this again: as tough as people like to look, it's just to mask their insecurity and their hurt inner child. So grown men and women at the best of their intellectual capacity will at best be only able to taunt and hurl insults at you. That's it. High school level grade insults. And there you can only feel pitiable for them. But like literally watch this. It's different from someone who's a mature adult and calls out what you did with actual facts. I'm not talking about people who, this is what, like yell their point, like because they're children. A lot of people are children. I'm not talking about the little babies. Okay. Most of these people have no soul. Like they're really stupid. So these people are going to be projecting at you because they can't manipulate you. They're childish. They're only adult in how they act to feed their ego. But because they're childish, these people will manipulate you to do what they want. And if you don't, they'll throw a tantrum. These are the idiots that all they can do is just call you a bitch or call you a beta. That's it. Because they don't know what they're actually saying. Anyone that knows what they're actually saying will isolate the issue, and through discourse enable the ability for compromise, not hurl an insult, because they don't know what they're saying. They're just grown babies with egocentric attitudes. They need a Snickers so they can shut the fuck up. That's literally it. You're dealing with so many of these people. It could be hard for many of you in your divine feminine or divine masculine to hold space for these remedial children that you have to deal with on a day-to-day basis. So let them be envious, let them be bitter. Many people are realizing that at the extent of everything they've built for themselves, it's a lie, it's superficial. Meanwhile, you live the truth and you didn't need to spend any money. That makes people feel a certain way. For you women who have to deal with all these fake bitches caking their face. And I'm not saying makeup is wrong. I'm talking about these women who try and act like they're better than you because they use these makeup routines and they have all this surgery and stuff. Meanwhile, you didn't have to spend any money and you are genuinely peaceful and thriving, and they're hating on you for that. Okay, for the men who have to deal with these fake wannabe alpha males that have to spend all this money to impress women and try and live this lifestyle just so that they could be cool. Meanwhile, you don't have to do any of that. You could just be you. And they have to feel better than you by calling what you do stupid, just like the women have to feel better than you than calling what you do stupid. It works on both sides. Okay, I know it's been difficult to deal with this mediocre garbage, that we have to deal with in culture. I know it's been difficult, but we have made it to the promised land, ladies and gentlemen. We have made it to the promised land. And Leo season is you breaking through, and now they envious of you because you really do this. Because you really do this. Because your genuine authenticity is shining. Word to King Sigma. Okay. So congratulations. We're gonna step into this. And as you tap into these vibes, true to Leo season, I want you to feel everything that's powerful about yourself. I want you to feel everything that you are proud to be about yourself, not in a deadly sin pride way, but confident to being yourself. I want you to feel everything that you were undermined but still overcame and rose through. This is your ascension. Boom. And we're going to step into this. So the first 15 minutes is tune up and tune in. And then the next 15 minutes after that, I'm going to start the tune up. And then after that, we'll pull some channel messages, yo. Okay, let's get it. ladies and gents. Let's get it. Normally, I go from the root to the crown, build up, build up, build up. What we did this time was we went from the crown to the root because when you act, I'm not, it's not like there's a reason for it, but like when you do go from a crown to a root, it actually does align and adjust. So whether you've been doing cosmic energy tune-ups from the get-go or you just came in, it's not really that important because what we did was symbolic of, especially given the current transits and then overlap with my natal expression as you focus through me, facilitating of several things. But for those of you who actually stayed tuned, because you have to think after the end of this broadcast, you're going to take the effects of this tune up and then you're going to create a chain effect and carry this vibration towards what you're doing. Literally, what I just spoke about right now. So, what this tune up has done before you go to sleep and over the next 48 hours. And yes, you are welcome to use this whenever you want. This is timeless. Every tune up we do is timeless. This is, of course, and I'm a projector. This is exclusive to Infinity Club. I just did this one free because it's Leo season, baby. We had to definitely go in, and I haven't done this public in a while. And these are really powerful. These are really powerful because we did this with the moon next to Jupiter. This is what's going to happen. Okay. And for those of you who came in late, you totally can replay. The value of these is that the replay is available. Whenever you want to watch, it's like a time capsule. It's only most potent live, but it's still potent. We capture that potency for the replay. Now, here is the thing, and shout out to those of you who came through. If you actually took part of the tune-up, or when you do this, here's the key thing. This was with the intent to hyper accelerate and evolve your superpower. Many of you have powers and abilities. The most central focus of what you're developing right now, you're seeing in tandem with the transit. So this is going to happen anyway, but this is now with the power of 200 plus people who did this with you. This is hyper accelerating it. So before you go to bed, you're going to have evidence of a superpower evolving to the next level. That's step one. We have focused the energy with Moon and Aries so that you take an ability or a skill that you have and you're hyper activating it and literally taking it to the next level. This is a supernatural ritual that we just did. The second facet of this are two divine beings. We have summoned two beings who will assist you during this process, whether they're a friend, a romantic partner, an animal. Some of them may possess some of the pets you're around. Two beings. One is going to be a bit older and more mature. The other is going to be a lot more passionate and younger. The passionate one could be older than a more mature seeming person. So this can play out in a myriad of ways. You're going to know who these people are because of a code word that you can say with me right now, whatever that code word is or whatever sign you need. These are two supernatural divine beings that, once again, within 48 hours, it's not like within 2 hours, like before you go to sleep, or within 48 hours. The quality of this cosmic tune-up is actually very supernatural. So like this is why I'm doing these exercises, so that it's not so that you were just watching this on the internet and this is just some kind of meditation thought exercise. No, this is an actual ritual. Like, this is a tune-up. What we did was we charged up your energy. So the first thing is you're evolving a power to the next level. The second thing is you're summoning two divine beings. Now listen, these aren't two divine beings in your imagination. They are tangible. They're either going to possess a body, an animal, a plant. Does that make sense? Like, you're going to completely directly connect with these. This isn't just divine beings you're telepathically talking to. No, they're going to be like, oh yeah, we were the beings, the peace dude we're talking about. Like, you will know who it is. And if you don't already know, You know what I'm saying? If you're thinking, is it this person? Is it that person? It's not that person. If you think is it, it's not that person. You will know within the next 48 hours, really within the next 4 hours. Okay. Two divine beings, and you'll know it's those two because they are directly connected to the power that's evolving. These are two beings that are going to help assist with this evolution. Maybe you may work with them, or maybe they may help foster this, kind of like a Pokemon. And then, so that's one power, two divine beings, and three miracles. Okay. Within this week, by the way, within this week. So like if 2 days have passed and you don't know what I'm talking about, then you have to call me out and be like, hey, peace dealer, I think you were full of shit. Like I didn't see what happened for me. But if you're like Devin, Sagittarius Sun, you already see this happening. Like those of you who are on the other side of the zodiac, the ascended God level, you already see this happening. The rest of us, it's gonna start playing out. Some of you, even without being there, you already see this happening. Okay. So I'm just saying three miracles within like now. So I don't even want to delude you with the whole notion you're not waiting for anything. Like this is what's happening right now, but I'm just giving you time frames. So one of those miracles, huge, and it's going to be linked to this evolution of your power. Huge, huge, huge. The other two, sleeper hits. It's three miracles, but you're going to be so focused on that big one that the other two are bigger than that big one, but they're sleeper hits. They're just in front of your face. So you don't know until after after that first one, you see, and you process that, boom, the next two, you'll be like, oh shit. You're gonna be aware of all three, but you're gonna look at the other two as not that important as the big one. You're going to be like, oh, big miracle. And oh, wow. And oh, wow. But you're just going to be like, okay, like those two. And you're not going to think about it. And for many of you, those two are stuff that you probably have it in your hands right now. You probably something you probably working on. It's something that like you didn't see the value of, or you didn't know how it could make sense here. So you didn't even know it was like an entire miracle that you had the whole time, and it's just going to make sense because of the big miracle, because of the evolution of your power. Okay. So I'm just letting you know that like some of you kind of have, some of you are sleeping on a hit song that's going to change your life forever. And you made it like 6 months or 6 years ago. You just didn't put it out. You don't even know it's going to go double platinum. You think it's just gonna be a song. You think you're just gonna put it out. That's what I'm trying to say. Like some of you already made it. You know what I'm saying? Like that's your miracle. It's a sleeper hit though. You didn't even know. You were just like, oh, okay, like this is a bop, but you have no idea. You have no idea. So like there you go. So that's three miracles. That's one power, two divine beings, three miracles, all within 24 to 48 hours. But really now, really now. So like congratulations. So I wanted to just share that right quick. Now I'm gonna do the three breakthrough cards. The underlying theme here is a supernatural breakthrough tip that for Leo season we have the three of cups. Yeah, see, this is celebration. Three miracles, y'all. Three miracles. This is you and the divine beings. This is the three miracles. This is not a joke. And not only is this not a joke, this is gonna be like all of you coming together and realizing I didn't came up. I didn't came up. Yo, I didn't came up too. And now you're coming up together. So we do have the death card. Yep, transformation. Some of y'all are putting to rest some shit. Thank you so much, my Hawaii. Some of you are putting to rest some shit for good. And this is where like you've transformed. Like you're in the winner circle. You've awakened as a part of the winner circle. And the thing that's very key here is certain people had leverage for who you used to be. You feel me? Yo, Jimmy Jones, appreciate you, V. Certain people, you know what I'm saying, actually had leverage because you gave away your power to who you used to be, but you've transformed past that. And now they're bitter. because like they can't touch you. They can't, it's psychologically damaging to them because of the lie they live. They can't touch you. They're trying to. It doesn't work. And it's just such bitterness because like you're genuinely enjoying your life. Like these people have to like act. These people have to act to live the good life. You're like genuinely living that. Like you don't have to act. It's not like a post for you. Like you live that life. You live that life. And like I'm sorry. I just see some people losing it. Like they just can't. It just gets at them. And I feel like for you, it's not even that deep though. It's not like you're like it's hard for you to understand because it's not that deep. Because it's not that deep. But these people, they just can't stand it. It's like certain things you said that certain things you've disagreed, like, oh, I don't believe in that. That's stupid. And then you go about your day, but to them, that was their whole world. That was their whole world that you just nonchalantly exposed and moved on with your day like it was nothing. So their whole world to you was nothing. And now they're just salty efforts. Now they just watching you live your life like they can't stand it. Oh, and we got the page of cups. So this is you feeling your new abilities. This is new love. Many of you have cleared away, you know what I'm saying? All of the past drama. This has cleared the space for new, non-toxic, healthy emotions to come in its place. Okay, this is very pure. This is very feel good. This is very exciting. And we have the Five of Wands, which is not just competition, but this is like a positive struggle. This is like fun. Five of Wands coming in the future as a breakthrough tip is fun, especially with the Three of Cups. This is like going out motorbiking. This is like going out with your friends and you compete against each other in Mario Kart. You know what I'm saying? It's very festive. So this says, are you ready? Do you know what this means? You've made it. You're going to feel the rest of this Leo season that you've been selected and chosen by the universe to make it as the next batch of souls who are actually worth it. Okay. And the souls that are not are gonna drop dead. You're going to see more. If you guys see a reported spike of death over the next 3 months and past 3 months, because a lot of people didn't make it. A lot of people didn't make it. All right. The series of mass extinction events that are about to happen with Pluto Aquarius, you have to be ready to even make it into that. So, like, if you start to hear around you all sorts of people who are poor, people who are rich, people who are beautiful, people who are ugly. It doesn't matter. Death does not discriminate. If you're starting to see people dropping like flies, it's because they didn't make it. And for those of you who have made it, there is a celebration. You are connecting with others like you who have gone through not just the fire, through the struggle, and kept your soul and didn't sell your soul. Okay. So keep that in mind. This isn't nani nani boo boo. I made it, you didn't. No. Some people who didn't make it are probably some people who you were close to. It's not like a me versus you thing. It's some people did not fucking make it and you made it. This not a joke. It's not a joke at all. Like some people did not make it. You made it. Some people, it's not about people being good enough. It's about some people didn't make it. And so we're getting elevated, new levels, new devils, to a conflict, the likes of which the world has never seen. And this is going to require all of everything you have effectively broken through into and evolved into. So you take the sum total of this evolution into this new chapter with you. Okay. So the reason why I'm saying this is it's gonna get crazy. Like as I'm saying this right now, The mass extinctions that are going to happen in the next couple of weeks haven't happened yet. Like the curtain hasn't drawn. Like the reports haven't come up where you're like, hey, this is actually how many people died the past 2 weeks. Like there's a lot of shit that's not being reported that's about to just be reported. But that's vague as fuck. The last card that I want to pull for you. It's all going to make sense. It's all going to make sense. Yep. Let's get it. Let's get it. This is not a game. Judgment, baby. Judgment, baby. Sorry. Judgment, baby. This is the awakening, y'all. This is the awakening, especially when it comes to your place in this apocalypse. Like these superpowers that are being awakened are connecting you with the angelic host, with the celestial beings, with the otherworldly expression. These are vague because there's so many ways to put it into words, or there's so many ways to look at it, but you're being connected to all that. So judgment is not just an awakening. These people are rejoicing. This is that hyper acceleration into the wool being pulled over people's eyes, and people just finally seeing what time it is. So yeah, we're gonna return for the weekly tarot. All right. And thank you for joining the tune up. Remember what we said as far as the power, the two divine beings, and the three miracles. The big the big miracle is going to happen. You're going to notice that one first. And this power level up and big miracle and divine beings, that's all happening right now. That's actually the most direct thing that's happening. Some of you will see it coming. Some of you won't see it coming. The message I'm getting is, do you promise not to get too excited? That's what Spirit is telling me. Do you promise not to get super excited? Do you promise not to get super excited? Because there is a hushed, toned down key you actually want to keep to this. That's not up for me to decide, but yeah, that's really what I'm hearing. Do you promise you won't get too excited? And I'll resume in less than an hour. You stay blessed.